And we got Bananas in chat from Spooky Dokey, Pyro Burnium, Rod Knight UK, K-Dad's Joke to Win, Charlie Panda Double Moses, Aloof Mycelium Sicarus DU, Mr. Food Rama, Phantom Kiro, and the Black Ranger PL. Thank you for the bananas in chat, peeps. The bananas mean that we are live on the twitch.tv/theAssuma. Let's hope this is our pillager out. Yes, it is. Cap the Dragon has resubscribed for 11 months. Cap, thank you ever so much for resubscribing. I appreciate that. And I hope you're enjoying the stream that we're doing here today. Ah, yes. Okay, I realised that I was recording in one of my backup worlds by mistake. Oh, and I spent ages looking for this yesterday. I was probably looking in the wrong snapshot. These dark patches, I wanted to show them in the video, but I couldn't find them. Let's go down below. We're working on the raid farm today, going to try and make it better. Do I have strength? I do. Let's wreck you and wreck your friend. Okay, peeps, so today the deal is we are doing 2 live streams. We're going to work on our raid farm today, and after that we shall be doing a Sky Factory stream, but in between I'm going to have something to eat and work out, and then I'll come back to the computer and stream some Sky Factory. The Sky Factory is going to be available for all patrons and server access supporters to play on as well, just not during the stream that I'm doing. I'm going to stream it and then it will be open to everyone. Droid Dude is resubscribed for 2 months. Droid Dude, thank you ever so much for your resubscription, I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream, having a good time hanging out with us as we work on this farm. And I've got to start off by cleaning up a bunch of mess. Okay, next wave of the raid. Father Apocalypse says, hey X, sad thing happened on Monday, right? What's that? Monday. 2 days ago. We were streaming on Monday, wasn't it? City Skylines. K-Dads is here, resubscribed for 17 months, saying, woo, one more month. Can we get a bowl of goop recipe on the knowledge page of your website? People need to know, says K-Dads. You know, if I start to develop some more interesting cooking things, maybe I'll put a cooking page on there one day. Who knows? The bowl of goop, I'm not so sure that's something I should be sharing, though. It's not a particularly healthy meal. It's not terrible. If you took the cheese out of it, it probably wouldn't be that bad. Oh man, now I've got a hankering for some tomato soup. Also, I'm having pizza today. So I haven't eaten. I'm shifting into this new habit of getting to like 12, 1 o'clock and then eating. And all I've had is one of my protein smoothies that had oats in it as well. So it was it was like a little bit of a mini breakfast, which is nice. There's an evoker there. Summoning the Vex, taking out the Wandering Trader. There's a ramen jar. And then we need the evoker. Right, see you later. I think. Raiders remaining 1. Raid victory. Sweet. Okay, so now they shouldn't be messed up over here. You going to buy me a pizza too, Asuma, says Charlie Panda. I'm buying one for myself. I'm going to eat a whole pizza. Maybe. Yo, bottom of the screen is cut off, says Bananas is great. Oh yeah, of course it would be. Right, so here's what I'm thinking. We got 2 choices. We either adapt this so that so the mobs fall down, they die quicker, or you get to kill them quicker. Which means more work for a perimeter around the outside. What's my video settings like? Let's put it up to 20. Actually, we're playing on snapshots. I know what the problem is. Kill at E. There we go. Now it's much better. Also, fart bubbles. Yes, that's fixed. By the way, we're in pre-1 just so my water streams work before we upgrade to pre-3. Don't really want to mess around with that too much in case they roll it back. So I think it makes more sense to design this thing to work for the easier option, which is having the platform up here in the sky. That's what I think. And we've got to change this. We've got to change this whole thing. It starts with something quite simple, though. It's going to be very strange, peeps. Watch this. Okay, we're going to... feel like we're in the middle of both. We go all the way over to this corner. Doesn't actually need to be precise now that I think about it. Now we want to fill in sand. This is how the logic works, but we want to replace grass block. Yes. Okay, now pillagers will spawn on sand. There's a handful of blocks they will spawn on. Sand is one of them. Dirt isn't. Dirt could be. Grass might spread to dirt. I actually don't know if dirt is or isn't. I got a feeling I tested dirt and they wouldn't spawn on dirt. Anyway, if we go grab a dispenser and a water bucket, we want to create some water streams that are going to stop pillagers from spawning. It looks like there's still one or two spots where they can stand around the outside here. We've got Gushy, resubscribing for 21 months. Gushy, thank you for resubscribing. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the stream. So some considerations come to mind. One is that we could accidentally push the illagers in the wrong direction. So we'd need a hard border around the outside so that they could always track back to the middle. Now the idea is that the dispenser would be hooked up to redstone, and this would be a way for us to disable the spawning platform during a raid. And that would allow us to have them both in the same area. I hope it would. We're also going to need a village in the area. Apparently you only need a workstation and a villager. We could even hide one inside of a composter. Where's the composter? Why is it not in... It's in miscellaneous for some reason. So they put some of the blocks in this one. There it is. Don't know why they put it there, but they did. Okay, so then trapdoor. Now we want this to be central to the entire area, so I guess it kind of makes sense to put it above up here. So now we create a village by doing that. Don't go out of here just yet. Also, I kind of need a block. Ew. So I guess actually it makes sense you're slightly higher. I'm not sure if the villager can jump out of that or not. Let's go for a piston and then power the piston. There you go, mate. You're now the centre of the village. Let's see if there are any changes. They certainly possibly are looking at the villager, but they're not messing with it. Then down here, sort of looks good to me. Let's go back to our kill commands and then change it to pillager, and just check out the spawning. Looks like the trap kind of works the same, right? So we can have a village in this area. Hopefully that will make the raid work. Now if I start a raid, it's going to be a pain in the bum here, but I think we'll take our time and we'll test this. Okay, so I could possibly do this the natural way. Do we have a banner guy here? You know, we'll be waiting a while for a banner. I think I just saw one fall down there, but effect. Give Asuma hero. Nope, wrong one. Bad omen. Right, that didn't start a raid. Interesting. I have to be in range, possibly, is what that means. So maybe we have like a ladder that you climb up to start the raid. Or maybe they don't drop down as much and you just kill them without the full damage. But I will put some blocks around here to remind me of that. So we might have to... Oh, can't put a ladder on redstone block. So we may be in need of a ladder to climb upwards slightly to activate the raid, unless we can put that thing in a different position, but we need it to be dead central. Anyway, I think the first group of raiders have actually gone in here. Let's kill all the pillagers, and I'm out of range of the raid bar. So standing here at the platform, we're in range of seeing it. That's good. So this is when we would actually activate these things, right? Why not put the village at the bottom, says Vinistry. Well, I think we have seen the same reason just a moment ago. With the height thing. So I think there's a Vindicator in there. Nope, kill the pillagers again. Okay, it's charging up the next raid. It's very tricky when you have them like this. It doesn't know what's going on, basically. Yeah, look, it's still trying to charge while these are all spawning. Okay, then the next raiding party. By the way, I'm trying to observe where the raiding party are. Because I don't see him here. But we also went out of range of this. Oh, is the raid over? That's not good. Okay, I didn't see a raiding party. I forgot I was trying to observe that. So let's kill the pillagers. Right, next level is charging up. It's so bad if they're in this area. Okay, it's charging up. It's going to be tough to test like this. So I have to stop doing what I'm doing right as the next round starts. Okay, now the party should be arriving. I don't think I saw a party arrive. There you go. Okay, where's the party? Tss. The raid ended. Ah, this is bad. Okay, let's try it again. Raid charges up. It charged up funky. I didn't see the people. Blah 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 blah. Okay, here's a much better idea. I don't know why I didn't think of this a second ago. First of all, let's get rid of that water. Let's also get rid of this dispenser. Let's go back to the fill command we used earlier. Right, let's replace. Let's go smooth. What am I looking for? Oh, that'll do. Smooth sandstone slab should replace sand. Okay, that doesn't mess with anything here, and it stops things from spawning on it. So now when I kill all the pillagers, let's also kill items in the world. Okay, now our raid is charging up. Let's see what happens if anything spawns anywhere. That was weird. Okay, effects. Give assume a bad omen. Starting a new raid. Where are we going to see him come in? That's not good. So I reckon that means that they don't like spawning on half slabs from a raid, and that would might not be the end of the world if they can spawn on top of water. Underneath the platform, says Father Apocalypse. Well, we don't see anything being counted. The raid just ends, and I think it ends because it can't find anywhere for them to spawn. So let's go and change it to a block that they can't spawn on, which makes the problem a little bit more complicated, really. So we want to replace smooth sandstone slab with stone. Okay, now you can see the pillagers don't spawn on here, but it might be different when we start the raid. It also might be out of range. That's only 22 blocks. So from the centre of the village, it's 32. Although I was told that was in proximity to the player. So if I stand over here... Okay, let's try something different then. What if it turns out that they need to spawn outside of this area? So let's just build a platform out here. Okay, that'll give them a platform outside this area to spawn on. What if you just lower yourself, says Ender Dan? That shouldn't be the part of the problem. It's we've tested it already. It's cylindrical, the spawning area. I guess there's parts of the testing that I didn't really show in the video. There's loads of information you have to kind of condense downwards. That is not good. Let's try again. Let's stay a little closer to the platform. Ah, it disappeared. And now it's back. Joke to win, says X, why not make the village with a second spawning platform high up in the sky so that you don't load up the outpost? That's what we've done. What was that over there? Wait a minute, was that? Hang on a sec. Right, did I just see like a pillager or something fall out of thin air? Are they actually... Maybe they're on the land over there. They just disappear. Don't know what to make of that. Okay, let's do an experiment. Where's my current coordinates? Oh, do you know what? If you look at a block, you don't have to use F3. Okay, so if I... No? I thought that was a thing. Okay, apparently it's not a thing. So first one is 5357 23 5957. Okay, now let's just change one of those numbers to 0. Okay, we've started a raid. The village is running off. Let's just make sure raids aren't broken, or maybe they're just broken in that area. Well, it doesn't seem to have broken. But I don't see any units yet. Huh. Do you know what? You can use the bell. Although that won't actually. That's... Wait, what was that? Oh, I saw some effects. Five targets. There they are. Okay, they're down in the water. They're just out here hanging out in the water then. Seems all a bit broken, doesn't it? Okay. Ooh, hello. This is odd. What if we put the village itself down here somewhere? We've tried the alternative. Right, we're going to have a piston here so we can try and... Yeah, we want to block any line of sight that might happen here because of the fence posts. What profession will you be, young man? Do you need to be on a block as well or something? I'm going to guess one of the villagers up here took the profession. Which, yeah, look, wait. You're a librarian type. That's a good point. That is a good point. We might not even need the villager. We might just need the block. Because we've got villagers up above. So let's forget about this. So we've got a workstation down here. That makes this a village. Okay, we're starting a raid. I've got a hot cup of tea here, by the way. Mmm, delicious. I thought a bed made a villager similar to what doors do, says it's Mentix. Well, that's interesting because I was told in my video it's not the case. Okay, now I'm not sure what way to go with this. Like, why are raids not working in this area? One thing I don't want to do is like have to make a whole new farm again. It would be pretty bad if it were broken in this area. Is he trying to make a villager breeder, says Victoria Nigma. As it says in the title of the stream, we're making a raid farm. Weird thing is, I don't know if this is like game broken or I'm missing something. Like, why is this thing not spawning? Now I can go all the way back into this, and let's go. So I want to. What do I want to do? Oh yeah, that old one. Catches you out every time. Oh yeah. Oh, bummer. Actually, I think if I go replace air, it will only fill in some gaps here at the front. That was kind of lucky. That was kind of lucky. You got to be super careful in this game. Don't shoot my villagers. Oh, what have I done now? What block was that? I think that was one of those. What have I done now? Get in the hole. Don't hurt the villagers. They have a hard time shooting them. Not this one over here, apparently. Getting some serious lag again. Right, let's effect. Give. Assume a bad omen. See, now the raid is full. Do we have a raiding party? I don't see a raiding party. I think... What do you think, peeps? Are raids broken in this area? Do I need to start over? Is building it here a bad thing? Because I kind of wanted to go down the all-in-one design. Otherwise, there's not much for me to do here. Handy Plays says the Minecraft wiki says you have to have the bed. Well, I thought that, and then I got tons of comments telling me it's not so. Ah, the raid bar disappeared when I went upwards that time. We'll put a bed in this area, make it a village, apparently. Emergency says, when I tested the raid thing, needed one villager, change of profession. That's a good point. We literally have tested this hypothesis just a moment ago, so the bed isn't needed. We actually know that. I think a raid could not be on place where they naturally spawn. Nathan, that is a good idea. Let's go. We've still got our this place in memory. It's around 5,000, 5,000. Let's head over there. And bam, we got a noise in the ear. It's Smartin1018 resubscribing for 35 months in a row. Smartin, thank you ever so much for 35 months of support. You don't need me to tell you. One more month for that Goldie face, Diamond face. The coveted, the elusive, the Diamond face. Appreciate your support, Smartin. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Ethan says just copy and paste it somewhere else in a different world, then try it. Yep, if only I could just copy and paste it, right? If only there was some sort of program that could do that. I have the diamond one, says Smartin. Yes, but in a month, an emerald face. So, let's test this hypothesis. Let's get some glass. We need a villager spawn egg and a workstation. Okay, put you there, you here. Don't do that! Jeez! Wait, why did a raid start? I guess, did I already have the bad omen effect? I think I already had the bad omen effect, right? That was probably it. Oh, that might have broken it in this area, I don't know. Oh, I do not know what happened then. Did I have bad omen? Do you know, this guy might need a bit of space. Not too much space. There you go, needs a bit of space. Now the raid I guess got goofed because there's already loads of these fellas in the area. Ah, you don't get the bad omen effect when there's already a raid in place. That makes sense. Having a swim? There might be quite a few of them here. So let's kill... all of them? 65, wow. I think I made the other area spawn chunks. Oh, that might be something that messes with it. Yeah, so if the other area is... hang on. Weird. Okay, so setting the world spawn cancelled this raid. Let's go back to 0, because we know that there is... Right, we'll set the world spawn here. And then, what about force load? Query. I think I might have added. Yeah, there we go. So we need to remove 332 366. Why weren't they now? Did I type in the wrong number? No. Let's query it again then. How do you remove it? Do you remove the one that you're at? Oh. Okay, that looks more promising. Okay, so no force loaded chunks, no pillager outpost where spawn chunks are. Bob Zenator says howdy. Howdy, Bob Zenator, welcome to the stream. Okay, so there's no raid here, which is fine. Let's go... Right, we've started a new raid, but it's been filled up instantly. So now we're going to... Wait, this should be in my memory, this stuff. Somewhere. Okay, new raid wave is starting. And this is happening in a pillager outpost. And then it's... Has it stopped? What's going on? I think... I don't know what happened there. It was like 3 additional ones spawned. I was drinking tea, and now we have 1 remaining. This is very odd. Very odd behaviour. I'm starting to wonder if maybe the world's a bit balked. What is it doing? Right, does that mean we've got an actual raid happening? Maybe there was a Vindicator left in the area. Are they up? What if they... Yeah, look. Bad place to spawn, fellas. Okay, they were all pillagers. No, they weren't all pillagers. Look, we got a pillager. Oh, they're spawning naturally. Okay. Well, that answers a big question, really. The fact that they're spawning naturally is a huge pain in the bum. It's a huge, huge pain in the bum. It's kind of what we want to do, though. Let's go back to our... Let's go back to our outpost. It should be somewhere here in my memory. I mean, we can sort of see the numbers there, but that's the one. Okay, and we've got a lighting glitch up the top here. You can see it around that side. Okay, this area isn't force loaded now, so that might help, but we know that this is going to mess with them. I think I know what I want to try next. I just don't really want to try it, but if we remove all the spawning spaces this way, is it me or is it running slow again? If we remove all the spawning spaces this way, let's see if the mobs will spawn on water, because this is the only way I can think of that I'm actually going to do this effectively. Okay, that's good. Right, now when the water sources meet, you know, look, the water doesn't even cause us a problem wherever it is. That's actually really, really convenient. So wherever if we build a system here, we don't have to worry about how close the water streams get. And I guess you kind of do in that case, where it goes straight to the low point. Right, let's see what it's like now. Ooh, I've kind of made a bit of a mess there. Right, we've also got a raid going on. Let's kill at E type equals pillager. Right, next level of the raid is starting. I think we're testing it with these villagers being the ones that start the raid. Right, the raid has begun, but only one pillager remains. You spawn naturally in this darkness that shouldn't be here. That is bizarre. Okay, let's try effect. Give. Assumer. Bad omen. I think every time a villager spawns naturally while the raid charges, it gets counted towards the raid and stops charging, I think. Yeah, emergency, that seems to be the case. So now it's about... Oh, finally! Finally we get to see what's going on here. Fascinating. Fascinating. Okay. That gives me an idea. That's really important that we've seen that, because... Was it because I was in range of it? Like, we've got to think about perimeters when doing this. We know that they're going to spawn at the highest point. So, them being able to walk to the raid is not a bad thing. So we can leave this all in normal terrain. What we've got to do then is make this more appeasable for them. So if I replace air at this level, I believe there are just a few blocks here that will get filled in. And then everything else is not an air block at that level. Let's just double check it. These blocks here, yeah, because it's level... Why am I so slow? Oh, that was a bug from this one. You go slow when you're inside a block. Okay. I think we're good then. I think we are good. Now, as you saw, they spawn quite far away. Actually, what I need to do here is just take the Y level. The Y level is 53. Let's come over to this corner. So we're going to fill 53. I've got a feeling this might be too big to do in one command, but that's fine. Oh, apparently I can use a hashtag. Let's have a look. /kill @e type equals raiders. Huh. I think you can make your own lists with data packs as well, right? Or actually, no, I'm probably getting that totally wrong. Let's fill to here. We wanna fill stone, but we want to replace air. Hey, and it did it all. That's awesome because it does it by the block amount. So we've now created places for the raiding parties to enter this zone at. I guess what we should also do is do a little something here as well. Sugbug says, yo, Suma, small thing, a guy named Rayworks built an amazing farm. Why didn't you see that video? Because it just takes the fun out of playing the game if you're just going to watch what other people do rather than do your own things. So let's go. We want to. I always have to talk myself through this, right? We want to fill in air, but we want it to replace white stained glass, and then it does that, and some of the water creeps out. So now they've got a way in here as well. So coming back to the middle here, let's just keep on top of this and not get too carried away with flying up top. Okay, let's go ahead and give Suma bad effect. No, wait. Ugh. Okay, the raid has started. That's terrific. So remember, we've got a workstation in this area, and we've got villagers that are assigned to that workstation. Now what we should see is something appearing out there, anywhere. Oh, by the way, oh, of course it didn't get filled in. There's water in its way. Fascinating. Really, we got nothing. Enderman dying. No raid party. Well, now I just don't know what to think. But they can't spawn on the stone, says Cinnamundo. Well, that might be it. Okay, that might be it. So let's... Oh, look, they're spawning in a lighting thing. Let's go ahead, back to that command. Replace... Sorry, we want to fill grass, but we want it to replace stone. Ah, that's really bad. Why do I always do that? Oh, jeez. Okay, and look at the lighting glitches it's created. I should probably be doing this in the next snapshot, right? That was a big whoopsie. Luckily for me, I believe I can go to the original command and have stone replace air now. And then grass block replace stone. Jeez. Okay, so I want this to be a productive stream. And the productivity might be getting away from us fast. So I've given myself bad omen. And now we have to wait. Lee When Games official Fizzy the Pig, welcome to the stream. Oh, I don't know what to make of this. I don't know what to make of this. So now I'm not sure. Do I need to start over again in a new world? Like, do I need to start again from scratch? Because this thing is going to be difficult to move. Have to move it in parts, which is really annoying. Well, what have we learned? What have we learned? If we were going to build this again from scratch, I don't know if we'd probably want to build it down at the lowest level, like this. Chair Noko says, I haven't been here for long, but it sort of feels like the raid cancels it if it can't find spawning spaces. Well, it should be able to find spawning spaces. Look at how many are available. You know? I can't seem to figure out what on earth it is that we're doing wrong here. I might just take a moment here to drop a message to Nembomb, see if he's around. Oil mango, maybe? I mean... nah, both of them are busy. Phantom Carito says, what's the lowest level they would spawn at? Okay, so let's say that that is a thing. Cinnamunu says, El Mango's a raid farm. I've seen that one. It's, I think there's a bit of misconception. It's a farm in a void world, which means it's not particularly applicable to using in an everyday scenario, right? So let's say the game does a check. Actually, we can... I've got a feeling this is going to be pointless, because if we head in this direction, we can already tell what height it's going to spawn at. Over here is... Oh, again, the lag is so bad. Okay, so what height is this? 67. So it's a fair bit higher than what you would consider like 64, which is usually the baseline, I believe. Or did they raise it by one block? I can't remember. So anyway, it'll be somewhere around this height then. So if I fill from here all the way over to here. I remembered that time. I remembered. That's... okay, it's just lagging. Right, let's see what happens this time. Oh, they're witches. Oh, we've like literally created a terrible mob farm dark room there. That makes total sense. Also, what happened to the raid meter? Oh, look at this. Wait, no, I've still got the bad omen effect. It never. Okay, now it started. Ah, so I had to go low. I had to go to a certain height to activate that. Maybe I should stay down here. Wow. Okay. That's good. That puts us back on track, believe it or not. Here's something really yucky, though. I need to get rid of this nonsense pretty quick. So I think what we're going to do is run a command to get rid of the grass on the inside, then one to get rid of it on the outside. Right, so it appears that they need height, is essentially it. So I know where to go from here now. That's good. So we're going to fill in sand. Is what we want, but we want it to replace grass blocks. Wonderful, we got our sand back. Okay, now we're going to go into this bit. Oh, I probably actually got that on memory still, right? 523603. Actually, I don't think I'll risk it. I'm not going to risk it. Okay, let's get down here. Okay, so we want to fill in air, but we want it to replace grass block. Bam. Right, no more nonsense there. Let's get rid of all the items. Okay, so what does this mean for us building a farm here? We're happy for them to come in at this height. I could effectively build up the perimeter, and because we're going to have water in to stop them spawning on the inside, they can drop into the water when we start. So I think, yeah, I think I know where to go from here. Alright. I'm going to get rid of all of this glass. It's just this big box now that's annoying. That being... maybe not. Anyway, right, we know what we're doing now. Air. Replace. White stained glass. Yeah, I guess it is a lot. I guess it is a lot. By how many? 2 million is that telling me? Jeez, 2 million blocks. Although it's only replacing less than that, it calculates the whole volume. Alright, peeps. We're on track now. We're on track to develop this thing again. What an annoying bug to run into, though. Well, not bug, you know. A little bit of a problem there. So there's a certain height that they'll want to spawn at, and that was the problem. Still got a long ways to go, but we're making progress. Use trapdoors, says Sugbug. Use trapdoors? What, to remove glass instead of this? Actually, I think I know what you're referring to. We might need to get them to walk off the edge. Peeps, use full sentences. I mean, this is like, I talk about this a lot, right? Like, our use of language online can sometimes be pretty horrendous. I'm victim. I'm guilty of this. Believe me, I struggle with communication online, but I'm also aware of it. Like, just short little things like yes, do it, do that, it's over there. Like, I was going to say there's a delay. There isn't actually a delay on Twitch anymore, but like, we need more specific communication because things change quickly. We're doing stuff, and then what was over there 1 minute is, or 1 second isn't anymore. Anyway, like, if you're going to suggest something, be specific, make it clear, because in one moment I might be talking about one thing, and then the next minute I'm thinking about another. And that'll just help us communicate better. Okay, so that's done. The next bit is kind of awkward because... oh, I can think of a way to make it unawkward, which is good. We've got to unawkward this. So we're going to build like this. Now I'm going to do a weird thing here. I'm going to fill... no, I'm not going to do it like that. I just need the height. And then that height of that block is 54. So if I come here and I go... I'm actually going to make it 55, I think. No, wrong one. 53 even, yeah. Right, then I can make a pillar the right height just by standing in a location. Now, I think we should also think about what material we're going to use here as well. I think I'm going to go with quartz. Quartz is nice. Yeah, the other thing is it's going to push me off each time. So I can again think of a way to improve what we're doing here. If I go above, it's a little trickier to make sure I'm in the right spot, but that is effective, I think. Now, can you think of a better way to do it than that? Oh, I can. I can, I said. I can use spectator mode and slow things down. So now it doesn't push me to the side. That's interesting. Now these are the things that I really like in this game. that never quite like make the cut. You know, you never really show something like this in a YouTube video. It's like, oh, if ever you need to place a bunch of pillars, go into game mode 3, use the fill command like this, move around like so. I mean, now we're building that up pretty quickly, wouldn't you say? We're building it up pretty quickly. Ah, I need to kill the items again. I think I'm going to disable that for a while. Right, chat. It's time for all of y'all to say some things. We haven't had a lot of interactivity. Now we're doing grindy stuff. It's time for interactivity on this stream. You know what I mean? I haven't really noticed the delay, honestly. Says R3. They removed the delay on Twitch recently, so that helps massively. Right. Yeah. Glad I remembered. So I don't know if it's that box or not, but for the sake of testing, these have to be quartz blocks. Right, and they don't want to fall off the edge. If we use trapdoors, they still won't go off the edge. If we have... are they pushing each other off? They are sort of walking off. Maybe that will work. That seems to help. It might not be super duper efficient, but yeah. So... look, the water streams. Oh, that's not what I wanted. The water streams are, of course, going to manipulate you. Huh. Well, you know, we don't get too far. Here's me saying, let's have a chat, because I'm doing grindy stuff, and now I'm like, hang on a minute, it might not be that straightforward. So, once we put water in down... Okay, new challenge, chat. How do we stop them spawning on this surface and let other mobs walk across it? How do we do that? Arctic says you could use half slabs instead of water. Please explain. Because half slabs aren't spawnable blocks. Water's the only thing I can think of. Oh, pistons would be another one. So you would lower all of these blocks down by 1. Then they would be out of the spawnable range of the bounding box. But then you would need a redonkulous amount of pistons. Slope the circle inwards and put water on the outside ring. Yeah, we would be sacrificing... Okay, so if we did that, we would be sacrificing the spawn rate a little bit, but that's not a big issue. The issue I see is that you'll then... your water will then flow to the lowest point every time, right? Water flows to the lowest point. I don't know if this will work when I do it here. Yeah, it does. Okay. That means that you're going to need, I think... Let's have a look. You're going to need water source blocks besides each other, and as soon as you put them beside each other, you're going to run into a world of problems manipulating them with redstone, unless you use classic old pistons and not just... Okay, maybe there is a way to do this. This design is changing rapidly from anything I thought it was going to be. So if I use a classic piston to sort of let the water in and out, then we don't have to worry about water sources forming. Possibly, because we are working with curves, so there will be a little bit of this going on. Oh, and it might mess with the range at which the villager can track the... Yeah, it might mess with something else as well. This is why we think things through here. If we do this, it might just mess with something else. We've got a noise in the ear from Chock79. Chock, thank you ever so much for your subscription. I appreciate your support. Hope you're enjoying the stream. I got a hot cup of water. Hot cup of tea here that's going cold. Rossi MC says top slabs are spawnable. I've tested top smooth slabs and they're not spawnable. Waterlogged trapdoor, says Double Moses. Fail to see what that would be. You'd have... Well, no, I don't know what you mean by that. Anyway... here is a problem I see now. If we change this... Okay, you actually went straight to the middle. Maybe it's not a problem. You seem to know where to go. Is that because a raid... It might be because a raid is currently taking place. So we will need to end... Oh, that was a silly one. Maybe. We need to end the raid. So, kill... Pillage. Wasn't there a hashtag raiders? Okay. While the raid is in between, if I spawn one, it might... Yeah, okay, so you become a part of the raid, right. Oh, interesting. We spawned it with an egg, and it got put into the raiding team. Use glass as unspawnable blocks is tool rock, but then how does it become spawnable? I feel like you guys aren't seeing all the variables at once, at least from the messages I'm reading. We have a platform here that has to become temporarily unspawnable, is the idea. Not permanently unspawnable. Anyway, once we take care of this, we'll test this out a little bit more. But I got a feeling it's going to break the farm. Double Moses says I forgot what my point was as well. Jeez. No need for such a steep descent, water spread further, says Orbiterfold. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Except we... Yeah, no, we can. The pillagers we can still trick into falling on the water. You only need a small path over which the raiders can walk to the trap. Says Orbiterfold. We only need a small path for the raiders to walk over the trap. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we don't have to look at it like it's the whole spawning area. Good thinking. So essentially we could have water streams, and if we had pistons that would push up, we would still need to change the block type to stop things spawning on it. Okay, right, we've done all of that. Let's check this other problem that I foresee. Okay, you're not going to the middle, you're not going to the middle, you're not going to the middle, you're not going to the middle. Okay, so can you see the problem? So maybe it's at this height, right? And then further back. So let's come here. Let's come out by one. See, some of these blocks might be messing with the other ones, is the problem. Like the visibility? Yeah, the visibility might be getting messed with here. Okay, so look at that. I can go up by like one block to get to the very back. So the circle overall could be a little bit smaller, and we could have this funnel system. So that's one idea we can possibly use. Why don't you replace the water with glowstone, says Sugbug? Because they can't spawn on glowstone. I need to read all of the messages and then answer the ones that are helpful. Wait, top slabs weren't spawnable before, says the R3. I think all spawnable blocks were, and then they made a whitelist. And on that whitelist you have sand and you have grass, and I haven't tested too many others. I use sand because I thought that allows us to put water on top of it without changing the grass into dirt. Sugbug again. If I do that, nothing will spawn on it. Iceberg, yes, raising a path with pistons looks likely. I kind of want to avoid having a lot of redstone, really. Like, even having this big circle of pistons, I kind of think in this game you gotta get towards the simplest solution. Like, if we think about the farm that we have over here, this is incredibly simple. I would like to have a trap more like this over here, but we have to make sure those pillagers that spawn don't shoot at the villagers. I mean, the thing is, we need something for them to track, and because they track, they're going to shoot it. The difference over there is that they head towards the center of the village, so we still need this design, I believe. Sugbug says, why not use a water dispenser? We are investigating the reasons that we can't use the water dispensing system. This means that villagers, they get stuck, right? They're trapped. It's no good. Also, if we do it this way, well, we have to use sand, or or no, just sand. I only know that they spawn on sand and grass. Maybe I should find out if we can use another non-gravity block there. That might be very useful to us. Let's remove a bit of this just so we can test. Don't need a lot to test. Get rid of all of that. I could probably use a command just to remove the water source, but we don't need a crazy amount gone. Yeah, once it's down to 1 or 2 like this, then we've got loads of space. Okay, I'm going to need to go put my mob killer back on. Badger says, tuned in to find a mildly exacerbated Asuma. I don't know quite what that word means, but there's probably a word for this. It just feels like a lot of people are suggesting stuff, but not like just for the sake of suggesting something, not thinking it through, you know? Okay, so, right, evidence that they spawn on sands, there you go. Now what we're going to do is find out if they spawn on something else. Right, so we'll go fill, oh, that didn't work, fill 1, 2, 3, and then all the way over here, somewhere. Now let's just get the height of that correct. It's looking through the water. So we would like to replace, oh, apparently the word means vaguely fed up. No, not fed up. It's intriguing, all of this. It's just, I'm trying to find solutions, right? And it's really tricky to balance all of the factors that need to be considered. What am I doing? This is wrong. Okay, so we're going to, we want to fill in, let's say, stone, but we want to replace sand. Okay, we now have a stone platform, and nothing will be spawning on it. You see? So, illagers don't spawn on stone. I would like to check that out in the latest pre-release. By the time the main thing comes out, they might add more blocks to this list. Gravel, says Rossie's MC. Okay, so now we will replace, we type gravel, replace stone. So what do they spawn on? They don't do. I should double check dirt, because if they do, that's like a helpful thing to know. So now it's dirt, replace gravel. Should have finished. Ugh. They don't spawn on dirt. Is there a list in the world game files, says Emergency? I don't think so. I think it's only in game code that you get access to this stuff. What's wrong with sand, says Moshi? Nothing. It spawns on sand. It's just a gravity block, so it means building our perimeter is a little bit more finicky. Which is unfortunate. I mean, I don't know what they would put on the list if they just put in grass and sand. Why grass and sand? Like, what else might be in close relation to that? Some of you are saying podzol. Is that because podzol is like in that area? Is that the thinking there? So podzol replaces dirt. Doesn't appear to be so. Most common blocks around villages, Asuma. Yeah, that's it really, isn't it? It's the village exception. It's sand and grass are what villages spawn on, right? They added them for maybe snow? Very doubtful this will work then. So snow replaces podzol. Oh, apparently I've goofed this up. Yeah, I had a feeling that might happen. It didn't do snow block, did it? Yikes. So now we have to go... Ah, that's why I got messed up. I see. Oh, now the water's all in there. Messing it up. Fair enough. Hey. Hey. Doesn't work on snow. Okay, what are we going to hop back to then? I think I actually just want to get rid of it now, so... let's get air. Replace snow block. Actually, I should just go with sand, shouldn't I? Okay, and then it starts spawning again. Alright. Did you need to know? Did you need to know, peeps? Now you're knowing. Now you're knowing. Okay, so when the water comes in, we're gonna need like a good portion of this cleared for us to work on one corner. And I'd love to copy and paste, but I don't think rotate tools exist for 1.14 yet. Also, am I getting like horrible... Oh, of course I would be. $5,000, wow. Why are they not going down there? Is it because of the air blocks? It's because of the air blocks. They're missing. Those air blocks are missing. Get in your holes. Oh, they killed the villager. Oh, they're such meanies. We got a noise in the ear. One that I missed 10 minutes ago from Chosen BC. Resubscribed for 5 months saying, more X time, and even though I'm at work, at least I don't have a project, yet I got something to watch. Awesome, dude. Glad you're enjoying watching us. I mean, this is a project right here that we'd be working on. No! No! Oh, there we go. Sweet. Chosen BC, thank you for support. And C. Westin is here, subscribing with Amazon Prime for 3 months. Thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. Appreciate it ever so much. Peeps who have tuned in today, I will be streaming twice. I will come back later on and do another stream on Sky Factory 4. If that interests you, awesome. I just realised the problem with what we're trying to do here. Yeah, and what I was going to say is hit the follow button to make sure you're notified of when I go live, and be sure to tune back in a couple of hours. It'll be a little bit longer than that, like probably 2.5 hours from now, I don't know. 4 o'clock was what I was aiming for. Bempera, thank you for the message about Prestige mode. I looked at it and I thought, I don't think I want to use that, so we haven't got it, which is good to know that I made the right call there. Okay, so water comes down, spreads out, and reaches the edge right there. Wonderful. So this would be where the first part of a raised perimeter would start. Now, it's also going to flush the mobs down into this area, which means that we actually want them... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we can keep this entire area. Yeah, we don't want them falling down up here. No. No, we don't. So our raids are only going to come through the middle. And we'll give them a nice wide path to use. So if I now bring this back 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, then that's going to be double like this. Now this somewhere around here might be where there's no longer spawnable spaces, okay? That is a previously spawnable space. So the last two become quartz, right? We sacrifice some spawnable space. Now, if I put this one here, you can't go to the middle. If I put you there, you can. Now, what if there is a wall here? So maybe we like lose a spawning space there as well. But here's the thing, we need to contain the water when it comes down. So what if we're working with something like this? Oh, my doorbell's going and I have no idea who that would be. I'm sorry, but I'm streaming. The water will go all the way down here. Okay, look, we can see it working in those areas, which is fantastic. So any pillagers that spawn over here are still going to be able to use the trap like normal. pillagers can still spawn at this height and walk into the middle. That's terrific. Good. What was I just thinking? The water. Right, when the water falls off the edge here, it might end up pushing those to the wrong spot. Now that means... what does that mean? What if I put slabs here? Like... Oh, interesting. What's going on there? So what if I have like a little bit? Okay. Maybe we can get away with just one? Why is it specifically free that it stops doing that at? We've got a noise in the ear from Liam 2002 1912. Resubscribe for 14 months. Liam, thank you ever so much for 14 months of support. I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy today's stream. Okay, so that works. Now if I add one next to it... Huh, okay, maybe that's how we do that bit. Right, so we're going to end up with something that looks like this, basically. On all sides, we're going to have this sort of lead-in wall. We can use this as a marker. And then build it up. X, put your mask on and answer the door. Oh, brilliant. They'll recognise me if I put the mask on, though. Yeah, why is all the water necessary at all, says Wormdozer. Well, I just thought it would be, right? That was the first idea. You've got to think things... Okay, so you've got to think things through. You've got to think things through. Then you've got to try things. Then you've got to learn about the things that you thought about that didn't quite work. Then you've got to... You know, you constantly, when doing this stuff, have to go back and forth over and over again. It's kind of a lot like just doing like a redstone contraption. Now, if you do this stuff a lot, which I unfortunately don't get to do as much as I used to, a lot of these considerations come to mind quite quickly. So it's easier for you to figure out how to do these things. But, you know, for where I'm at, this is the pace that I go at, you know. Oh, I have just noticed something interesting. That was like that over on this side. I don't know if that would make a difference to the water. Anyway, so now we have sacrificed some spawning space, okay? Not a lot. Not a lot has been sacrificed in general, just where the quartz blocks are. And this will allow the raids to come down here. I am getting ahead of myself a little bit here. Oh, do you know what? I don't think this is right, because that's all good, but then we have to stop them spawning in this area again, so we need the water again. It's so tricky to manage all the different things that are necessary. Still got to stop the spawning. That is... I guess if we do use the dispensers, then we've got to get the water streams to come in at the right kind of angle. So somewhere back here we're going to have our water sources. Let's just simulate this for now. They'll be hidden behind... These will probably be pistons or something, right? And the water will then be in a little trough, and it will go all the way down. Okay, and then up the top here we're going to have our way across into this area. So everything else will probably end up with fence posts around it, and then we're going to have trapdoors to trick the mobs into falling down below. This will probably mean we'll want some glass walls up the side to make sure they don't fall on the slabs down the bottom at the beginning. So the pillager up here will fall down into the stream, won't you? Won't you now? Yes, you will. And then push to the center. So that's good. But then we need all of this area to be spawn proofed. So that will happen because this happens. That's good. So maybe we have like a dispenser here. Or perhaps it's a little bit closer. Dispenser there, you know, there'll be another one over here. There'll be some sort of grid trying to do it efficiently. Now when that grid comes around to this area, can you see the problem? We've got to make sure that all the water then... Yeah, and that it doesn't go... Ooh. And that it doesn't mess with this too much. Let's get rid of that one. Let's come back to about there. Let's see what that does. Okay, it leaves it... So that wouldn't leave a dead spot, right? And look at the water stream. We can actually probably solve that like so. Okay, so it is possible to keep that water stream all good. Let's get some dispensers in place and let's figure out a pattern here. So we'd have one right there. And I could simply mirror that. So it's sort of like diagonal from there and over to the side a little bit. Which I think is that block. Definitely going to need to get rid of more of this. Now the question becomes, is this good enough for the go-ahead? Have we considered everything? Because I still believe there is some location issues here that might make all of this pointless anyway. Let's come to that in a second. So this is now possible. We can have a network of redstone, we can cover all the spawning spaces and line it all up. That's obviously a whole bunch of work that will get done with time, but this is like proof of concept, right? Let's get our fence posts so I don't forget that, and our glass walls, just to remind myself of other factors that need to be built. So falling mobs need to fall in the water and not anywhere else, therefore we need something like that. We're also going to need this here as well, and on the opposite side this all needs to be spawn proof. So I've put down quartz. I should probably use a different block. I don't know, something more obvious. But anyway, we're saying nothing's allowed to spawn here. Once you're outside the boundary box of the pillager outpost, it's all good game, and you can have grass. So the raid will spawn out here, come across, drop down, and get sent into here. We also got to consider that they're going to bring a Revenger and a Evoker with them. So many things to consider. Monkey Man says, very interested in this. Great video on YouTube. Thanks. Glad you're interested in it, and I'm glad you liked the video. Thanks for the message, man. I spent a lot of time. You know, this is probably evidence of how much time I spent on that video, because you can see how much like thought has to go into these things. Okay, so the next thing we really need to test is what happens with these raids when we, like, what height can we be at? Because I need to figure out the actual distance you need to be away from, like, the edge of this area. Let's have a little guesstimate. So the spawning platform is at 54. If I stay here for a second and TP Asuma up 128, that will put that spawnable space there right on the bottom of the invisible sphere. So if I then come down a little bit, more and more of that area is coming into play. So we need to be at about 159 for an actual perimeter to work. The other thing is, the sphere shape is going to be intersected by the spawning space here. So wherever that sphere is, we're going to need torches on the surface, like in these spots. Okay, because at night time things are going to get, yeah. Right, anyway, let's go. Oh, I've lost track of that coordinate now. Okay, let's teleport. Let's do that. Let's teleport me up 128 blocks. Right, so that space really isn't spawnable at the moment. Now when I go, actually before I go down, I also want to Oops. Kill pillagers. No. At E type pillagers. You know, one thing I love about this is that you can remember your commands. I think it would be great if they could give you better access to those, so you can maybe scroll up a list. That's probably a suggestion I should send to Dinnerbone, right? Okay, whoa, I saw one spawn at the very edge, so that will help us determine that 165 is probably good enough. Yeah, I'm seeing them spawn at the other edge. So let's set block here. Stone is... Oh, actually, we should probably get a slab. Right, in case something spawns on it, even though it's daytime. Right, so this is where the player should stand above this thing. Can you see the rates? The rates will be fine if we've correctly lit up the area down below. So what happens up here if I give myself the effect, give Suma Bad Omen? Why has it got... I've never... Have I seen fart bubbles on Bad Omen before? Why do I feel like I've not seen that before? That's weird. Probably because when I apply it, it instantly disappears. Okay, so let's slowly move downwards. This is a big problem, by the way. This is a big, big problem. Because it's only going to activate once I get closer to the bottom. See? So that's a big, big problem. And then we have the problem of all the spawnable spacing here, making everything terrible, right? Let's go ahead and kill at E type equals hashtag raiders. I just had a little bit of an idea. Can I do type twice? I've never thought to do type twice. Let's also kill item. Oh, I think it's adding them together. It's looking for a raider that's also an item. Okay, so it killed all of them, but now obviously the new spawning is messing with the actual raid system. So we're going to try making a village up in the sky, I guess. So I'm going to get rid of all our villages. That will end the raid. Also, they've got professions, which I don't want them to have. You actually don't have a profession. Let's go under and destroy our workstation. Okay. And then... Now, can I... like that? Yeah, that's the way you do it. That's the way you do it, right there. I just realised something else really important. Like, mobs instantly despawn when they're outside 128. So if I were to teleport upwards from here, they have to be in range of this bottom bit. So wherever that slab is, the slab is there. Right, and what did I say? We have to be lower than where I am right now. That's good. Okay, so this is in a good spot, basically. So if I go and put you here, you should... Maybe you need to be like level with it and be able to walk to it. Okay, yeah, now you're a farmer. Brilliant. Excellent choice in profession and career. So let's try the Bad Omen effect up here now. That's promising. Okay, we've started a raid up the top here. Now we could actually be up here on our platform and everything down there could be operating like normal, including all of the parameters that we have set up for this farm. Right. And I think it's going down because of the farm. Alright, so what do I need to do now? There's another test I can think of here. Let's kill the raiders. I think the next test I need to do is to make this platform here non-spawnable and just see if something spawns around the outside. I think the way to do that is to build this up a bit more. Low Picken says, why do you need water streams? Can't you just make a path for the floor for the raiders to get to? Okay, the reason that we need water is to stop the pillagers from spawning because they break raids. This is so that we can stand in the same space and just use the raid system over and over and over again. And that is the reason we're doing what we're doing. I do also wonder if this thing in the middle could be compacted. By the way, if anyone wants to, you know, mess around with this design and try things yourself and then share them, like that's one of the great things about the Minecraft community is that we share this stuff. If this bit here in the middle was designed different, I couldn't figure out a way to do this, but let me give you an example, right? Imagine we got a setup like this, higher up. This might take a... Wait, what have I managed to... Oh, I see, yeah. Like that, okay. So imagine we got a villager on here, right? And then imagine that all the pillagers try to shoot at that villager. I never tried it just like that. But imagine that everything down here is higher up. Oh, what happened to you? You have... Oh, okay, yeah, of course, it's got water inside of it. That makes sense. Yeah. So this bit here in the middle could be even better if we could get them into the trap, but the trap was slightly higher up. This bit down here, you know, more efficient that way. That's one of the things that I worry about with this. Anyway, there is yet another component of this that I have kind of left a little bit late. We're going to have the Ravager, and it's going to come in through these water streams, and it's going to head to the center of the village. Now, it might fall into that. No, it gets caught right about here. If we look at its hitbox, it is sort of shimmying into this little space. So what I'm wondering is, can I... Where do I want the lava? I want the lava to... Okay, now I can see some reasons why this may... Oh, no. These are flammable? Which means we'd have to use signs across the front here to hold back... Wait, what? No, signs aren't flammable, but the oak doors are. And the lava might also break the line of sight with the villager, so... Oh, that's not a sign. Okay. Okay, so that's the first component of it. Then you're going to need a sign on the front and a sign above. This isn't very elegant as well. I would much rather something more elegant. But I believe that the pillagers... that's a problem. That is a problem. But then again, on the side, we can probably get away with something like iron bars being there. And at the back as well. Actually, no, not at the back. Here's the thing. These are going to mess with the line of sight. Where's the pillager spawn egg? It's going to mess with the line of sight of pillager, but it's so slim we'll probably get away with it. Yeah, so they still go and behave like normal there. That's good to know. Now, I can't put a sign behind it, so now I have to do this. And go this way across. So these ones are dependent on the iron bar. Oops. Oh, the shifting is so awkward. It's kind of got a delay to it. S. Drop or crush them, says Rosie. Yeah, peeps, what are your ideas for... change the center water streams that push in the radiant... Wait. Top level trapdoors. Nothing would spawn on them. Oh, okay. So you're saying trap level top doors. Well, here's the thing. Like, if we make these blocks unspawnable, that's fine. But the whole reason we use water is so that we make them spawnable and unspawnable. And they also push in the mobs, which might not be as fast as them running, but then you've got the added reliance of the water pushing them in the right direction in case they decide to be a pain in the bum somehow. So setting up what I'm doing right here would just be not particularly attractive in survival, that's for sure. But in theory, it kind of works. Let's go grab a lava bucket. This can always do some damage. And let's just start off with having lava all the way across, because it might interrupt the line of sight of... Oh, no, 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 no. I missed a bit. I sort of missed a bit. What did I miss? Okay, I missed one there. No, I know what I did. I used an iron bar, didn't I? Wait, isn't there a sign? Oh, of course, of course. Yeah. I don't know. I think I should have put a sign on the side of that block. Yeah, there you go. That's what's confused me. Okay, and that caused the lava to not go all the way across. Right, coming back here. Pistons go up, water disappears, and then what happens to pillagers? You seem to be... Yeah, then they hit the lava on the way in. That's what we don't want. I also think I was aiming to put this one block further back, but that can't be done because the water's there. Maybe the Ravager only comes in up here, right? So we don't have to look at doing it in this spot, which I like the sound of. That seems far more better way of looking at it, right? Do it from the back, because down here it's going to be a mess. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we get rid of that, and we get rid of that. And why is water flowing in from the side? Oh, we got no oak trapdoors, of course. Fence gates, even. Okay, back to normal. What about 2 layers? One above the sand as the walkway for the raiders. Maybe? Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. That's not a bad suggestion. Because then we would use dispensers. Yeah, okay, I see your logic. Let's make a note. Let's make a note. So we would have water dispensers everywhere. We'd have to make sure the way to dispense here puts them into this area, which gets especially tricky because the water can... There is an added advantage to having water here, which is that it will perfectly line up with the end of these blocks. I don't know if I can double up on the oak doors like this. If I can, that helps a little bit. It'd still be tricky. Let's see what the pillagers do now. Oh, wrong thing. Also, why are you trying to go over there? They are distracted by something over there. Ah, what was that? I don't know why they're distracted by something over there, but they will walk through 2 lots. So that means that we can, in fact, okay, have water come all the way to the front here. So then what we're discussing is the idea of above this, perhaps having a platform probably come out to about there. Right, it's too high. It could maybe even be 3 blocks high. So natural pillagers spawn down here. We stop them spawning with water, and then these ones drop. Okay, I think that's better. I think that's better than having pistons and water. So that's an improvement. I like it. That is a definite improvement. Okay, now we would still have this, and we would still need to have to figure out... we might even actually still have water on top of this, so that they land in water and don't take damage. But we now need to figure out how we are going to hurt the Ravager, but not the other mobs. Does anyone have ideas on that? Because that was really tricky for me. I'm reading chat. I've got no ideas here. I know lava's probably the best way, but there are other ways to make mobs take damage. What does chat think? I'm asking you. Oh, Wormdozer points out that they would need skylight. If that is true, then we would have to use glass, and that is a better material to use because it lets the skylight through and it stops things spawning on here at night time. So double solution. Thanks for pointing that out. Double solution time! Oh, we just doubled up on that solution, peeps. Did you see that? Did you see that? There were two problems, there was one block, and we solved them both. Okay. Cactus, says Ethan. Problem with cactus is that other mobs will walk into it. They'll push each other in, they'll walk into it. So no cactus. Magma block behind the fence gates, says Leandros is back. I think you might be onto something there because they can't walk over double trapdoors, right? Let's give this a shot. Maybe not that. In fact, we're probably going to do something like that to double, triple, 100% make sure that they don't drift from where they should be. So, if we have something like this, what if we could also pull the mob in? Like, you could use flowing water, but magma blocks destroy the source, and the source would need to be on top of where the magma block is. So, actually, it might be possible with cedars on the side. So, I guess that doesn't have to be a magma block, and neither does that. Oops. Now, if I put water there and it was flowing forward, it would all hold. I'd also need to trick it into not flowing backwards. It seems a little bit overcomplicated. So let's say we've got this, and it's heading to the middle, and then it does that. Now, we need to test that in a raid environment, is the next thing to do. Why not drown the Revengers, says Suckbug. It might be possible to drown them. Their hitbox is taller. So if I grab some of those classic oak trapdoors. Right, if we do this. Open it all up. And you know, the thing is I need to double this, I think. It needs to all be a little bit bigger than I want it to be. I don't need the ones at the bottom. Okay, let's do that. By the way, peeps, I am going to plug my Discord, and it's going to be an amazing plug, okay? Where is my Discord? Discord.gg/Asuma is what you should be joining, and you're thinking, shut up, I heard this a million times, I don't want to join your Discord server. I have a channel in Asuma's Corner called Snapshots. In there we can continue discussing the design and creation of this farm. I've already been discussing it with some people in there, so if you're watching the stream and you've got ideas and maybe you've been trying things yourself, we can be in communication there. Discord.gg/Asuma is the place to go. Already joined, says Suckbug, thanks for joining. Okay, so here's the deal. That's not going to pull it upwards. That's the end of that story. It is actually technically inside of the water, I believe. Yeah, look at that. Its hitbox is in the water, but it's not. Now, if I were to use a fence post below it to nudge it upwards, that would also nudge up the other blocks. Mobs. I was under the impression that this thing was slightly taller than the other ones. By the way, when was the last time we killed items? 917. Huh, thought there'd be more than that. Oh, it's probably because all these pillagers are filling up the cap, and so less stuff is spawning elsewhere. Leandros is back, says will there be a world download? There isn't MC Edit for 1.14, so I didn't want to try and create a massive world download. I guess it wouldn't be the worst thing ever, but I may put up a world download at some point. Set up the same with lava, says Pig Puncher. I wish I'd have read that a minute ago. That is an interesting thought. That is a very interesting thought. We also didn't push the thing around to see if it would escape. I guess this, they have to walk into this, so it'll be shaped like that in terms of collision boxes. But let's go ahead and mess around with lava like this as well. Okay. So if I go put that there, yeah, look, see, it is actually inside that. So what am I doing here? Don't let it. Okay, it's falling down. It's happened, peeps. Get out of my way. I could just use a trapdoor as well, now that I think about it, like an upper half trapdoor. So let's check this out. Right, we got a pillager. Okay, you want to? Yep, that's you're doing it right. You're doing it right. The Ramager, you're going to the middle. You're getting wrecked. So we could even have a combination of the two things. So we've got two really good ideas for a trap to kill the Ramager up the top here. And then we've got most of our other ideas sorted out at this point, which is really good. So are there any further considerations? We have tested starting the raid at the very top. This water stream will have to go all the way up there and then drop down again. So everything there should be fine. That will require us to not come down here and do anything. In regular spawning mode, they'll be able to spawn on sand, which can actually be... No, it can't be grass, because grass turns to dirt with water over the top of it. So we can cover this in water, and we could do that all the way around our spawnable spaces. Good. We don't need this anymore. We have a platform above that lures the oncoming raiders down a path and into our trap, and we get rid of the Ravagers up the top here. Now the Evoker might add some other things or factors I haven't considered. In fact, have I even ever spawned an Evoker in this area? Because the villagers are on display. Oh, this is going to be like, yeah. Why didn't I think of this earlier? No! The entire stream has been a waste of time. I knew I'd... How would I... Why would I only think of this now, like always? So we need a way for the Evokers not to be able to attack the villagers. Oh, that guy got wrecked. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. I literally go through the entire stream without thinking about that. It's literally the very last thing I thought of. Boats, says Pig Puncher. I don't know how boats would be of help. It worked over in the other farm because you couldn't see the villagers. So... the key principle here is that you see the villagers. I don't think combining these designs together is going to work. Okay, people are typing boats in capital letters. Fill it with boats. That's the stat. Fill what with boats? The farm. Boats. Y'all be memeing on me. Also, didn't we talk earlier about communication and how just saying one word is not particularly helpful? You know what? Shall I get in the boat and swim across the ocean? Boats capture the Vex, but that too won't help attract the Evoker. Boat, right? So the boat, yeah, you could pick up the Evoker or the Vex in a mob, but it's still going to try and attack the villager. So it's going to use its fangs and do damage to them. I don't see how the boats would help. Yeah, boats, yeah, Vexes could get picked up by boats, sure, but these things are still going to use the fangs and attack. Ah. This is so typical. By the way, we got a noise in here from Kilgore1311, resubscribed for 17 months, saying here's to another month. Thank you so much, Kilgore, I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the stream today here. How do we get this far and then it's like, oh, forgot about that. Songbird says, oh no, I've missed the Twitch notification. Sugbug says, how do I message in the Discord group? You have to register with our Discord first. Once you're registered, you can join all the chats. Oh, my friends. I guess I'm going to have to think on that for a while and try and brainstorm a solution. How typical. Anyway, before you go, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. It's not the end of the stream. Believe me, it's not the end of the stream. Because I'm streaming again today. In about 90 minutes to 2 hours from now, I'll be streaming Sky Factory 4. So just remember that 90 minutes, I'll be back on here streaming again. And we'll be playing a new mod pack. This mod pack is going to be available to my Patreons, my Twitch tier 3 subs, all the server access people. I'm going to be able to play it after I've done my first stream. And I'm going to do my first stream. We're going to open it up. And then when I do my next stream, y'all can come on and play at the same time and all that cool stuff. Everyone will get their own little Sky Factory Island as well, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, I am doing the off now. Thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. Thank you to all of my patrons. Thanks to all the peeps hanging out in chat. And all the people just lurking and watching. I will Oh, there's someone here who appears to be a friend of Il Mango, so maybe I'll go and raid them. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to go raid a friend of Il Mango, which might mean they're playing on the Psycraft server. But yeah, we're doing a raid. Stick around for that, and then I'll be back in 90 minutes or so. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.